thing I did when I applied for my N400 application is to create my online account in the USCIS website. Having an online account just gives you more ability to access the status of your application. Say for example, checking the status after you submitted your application, uploading required documents, or other necessary information pertaining to your application. So this is my online account in the USCIS website. But if you are new or you still don't have your online application, just click this link and it will show you, it will ask for your email and email confirmation, and it will just ask you for additional information in order for you to create your own account. So second thing that I did when I filed my application for US citizenship is to check my eligibility to know if I'm already qualified to apply the N400. To check your eligibility, just go to Google and type N400. And it will show you this screen. Just select the number 1 and then go to this link, check eligibility, and this link, determine my eligibility, and it will ask you several questions in order for you to determine if you are qualified. So in my case, I already did this before, but for the purpose of this video, were one or both of your parents a US citizen when you were born? No. How old are you? I am 18 or older. Are you a member of the US Armed Forces? No. Are you a lawful permanent resident? Yes, I am. When did you become a lawful permanent resident? So I became a permanent resident between July 24, 2017 and July 24, 2019. And then, are you married to a US citizen? Yes. Have you been married for 3 years or longer? Yes. Has your spouse been a US citizen for 3 years or longer? Yes. Have you left the United States in the past 3 years? No. Have you moved in the past 3 months? No. Then it will show you may be eligible to apply for naturalization. So third thing that I did when I filed I submitted my application is to fill up the form. So you can choose either to file it online or to file by mail, but in my case, I choose to file online because it's so much easier and you don't need to think about a lot of papers to print or a lot of papers to send in the mail. So choosing online application is so much easier in my case, but it's really up to you. But in my case, I do the online application. After determining your eligibility, you will be asked to log in using your online account. And upon logging in, this is the screen that you will see. And these are some important information before you start filling up the N400 application. This is the example of the form that I use when I applied for the US citizenship. So part 1 is information about your eligibility. Then part 2, information about you. Part 3, accommodation for individuals with disabilities or impairments, or if ever you need someone to help you or to assist you when you file the N400. Then part 4 is information to contact you. Part 5, information about your residence. Part 6, information about your parents. Part 7 is biographic information. Part 8, information about your employment and schools you attended. And then if you have a trip outside the United States during the time that you are a lawful permanent resident, you have to put that here, all your travel history. Then part 10, information about your marital history. If you go through your divorce, either you or your spouse, then you have to put all those things here. Part 11 is information about your children. And then part 12 is additional information about you. It's yes or no question. Just make sure that you answer these questions correctly. Part 13 is applicant statement, certification, and signature. Part 14, if you have an interpreter, they have to sign also there on that part, on that page. And part 15 is the contact information, declaration, and signature of the person preparing this application, if other than the applicant. Part 17, renunciation of foreign titles. Part 18, oath of allegiance. So that's all. That's a lot of things to fill up. Just make sure that you answer everything correctly. So number 4 is to submit or upload any documents that will support your application. So in my case, I submitted our marriage certificate, my green card, joint bank statement, any insurance that will have your husband and your names in it, tax return for the last 3 years, and then my husband's passport, and any other documents that will support your application. When you upload the document, this is how it looks like in your online account. So in my case, I submitted marriage certificate, health insurance, joint savings account statement, any bank statement that you have your name and your husband's name in it, and then our tax return, that's for the last 3 years, my spouse passport. So that's all the documents that I submitted. So it will all appear in your online account. So number 5 is to pay the necessary fees. So when I filed, I paid $725 in total. So the $640 is for the processing fees, and the remaining $85 is for your biometric services. So when you finish filling up the form N400, they will send you a link in order for you to where you can pay the required amount. Number 6 is to check your status online. So after you submitted your application and after you paid the required fees, you can now check your status online. You can do this by logging in again to your online account. This is my online account, and under case history, you will see the different changes in my status. So I submitted my application February 19, and shortly after that, they informed me that they received my application and will send me a receipt notice. So you can see that status online, and you can also receive the notice through mail. And same date, February 19, they told me that they will reuse my biometrics, which is good because I don't need to go to another biometrics appointment. And then that they actively reviewing my N400 application. And on March 2, it changed to we schedule an interview for your N400 application for naturalization. So all those documents, you can also see all the documents that they will send you on this page, like the receipt notice telling me that they received my application, that they reuse my biometric, my interview schedule, and the oath ceremony schedule. So March 2, they send me my schedule for interview. Then April 18, which is the day of my interview, then shortly after that, I leave the office. Then my status changed to that they recommended my form to be approved. So it says that your case was submitted for quality review. And then April 20, it changed to your N400 application for naturalization was placed in line for oath ceremony scheduling. And then April 20, we canceled the scheduled appointment for the oath ceremony for your N400 application. Then April 20 again, same date, your Form N400 application for naturalization was placed in line for oath ceremony. Then April 20, all in the same date, oath ceremony was mailed. So you can see all the status changes on your online account under case history. Number 7, which is my last, is follow support group of N400 filers in social media. This is important because I learned so much from the experiences of people who are also filing N400 application. Like, I can avoid mistakes that should be avoided, and they can answer my questions that I don't understand about the process, what to expect during the interview, what to bring, what not to forget. So those important things that are crucial in order for you to go through the N400 application successfully. And those are my 7 things. If you have questions about N400 application, please put it in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer it based on my experience. And if you can kindly subscribe to my channel and like this video, I would really appreciate that. That's all, guys, and have a good one.